wants to live in Kingston, Montego Bay, or Ocho Rios. But what if I told you that some of the best real estate opportunities in Jamaica are in the places that you're not even looking? One of the first advantages is price. Rural properties will often offer more land for less money. Think Mandeville, Manchester, Portmore, St. Catherine, Junction, St. Elizabeth. Whether you want to build your dream home, do farming, or develop vacation cottages, these properties can offer incredible long-term potential. For instance, if you're even thinking about Airbnb, everybody thinks that if you're gonna do an Airbnb, it has to be on the north coast overlooking the ocean. But no, some tourists are actually looking for a unique experience. They don't want to see the same beaches and the sand every single time. You know that people pay a lot of money just to go hibernate in a bush, and we have a lot of bush here in Jamaica, especially in rural areas. And that brings me to my second advantage. Think about the future growth. As infrastructure improves and communities continue to develop, today's quiet location could become tomorrow's most sought after neighborhood. If you're an investor, then you would know that one of the key skills an investor needs to have is to see opportunities far beyond what most others will not see. And a lot of times, some of these kind of opportunities are found within the rural communities. Is that right? Another thing is that the rural properties can offer you something that the more developed urban areas simply cannot offer you. I'm talking about privacy, space, peace of mind. When you think about it, if you're the average person purchasing in, say, Kingston, you're probably looking into purchasing a townhouse or an apartment. With these kinds of development, there are certain things that you will have to share. There are certain space that are called common areas that you will have to share. In most cases, you're sharing even the wall or the floor or the roof, depending on where on the building you're located. And nothing is wrong with that. Everybody will choose depending on what works best for them or their situation or their circumstances. But if you look outside of these regions, then you'll find that there are more opportunities to acquire these things, more space for the children to run around. And of course, everybody will say, oh, but we can't live a country because I work in a Kingston. Please, the way things going in Jamaica these days, it takes 30 minutes from St. Anne to get to Kingston. If you're driving like me. People flying from Miami to Jamaica in a day and back. So distance is not even an issue anymore. It just depends on what you want to prioritize. Whether you want peace, privacy, the calm, the quiet of the country area, or if you want the fast-paced, contemporary kind of living in the city areas. It all depends on what you want. And while we're on the topic of development, think about what has happened over the past several years. New highways, improved road networks, growth in tourism, infrastructure expanding into areas that people once considered too far. Sometimes it's about recognizing today where growth is heading tomorrow. No. Before you run off and buy your first inexpensive piece of land somewhere down in Comfort, Manchester, or somewhere in Junction, St. Elizabeth, please remember to do your due diligence. Most of the times, these are the areas that you will find that due diligence becomes even more critical, because a lot of times these properties are unregistered. So make sure you know who the owner is. Make sure you see a title, and if there is no title, at least make sure that you can prove who that owner is, so that when you're ready to purchase, you can at least do the first registration in your name. But in order to do that, you still have to be able to prove root of title. More on that next time. Another thing you want to ensure is that there's legal access to the property. You might go there if you go buy a property and them show you one little truck and say that is the road. How them know that is the road? Because Mr. Marcus and Mr. Percival have been using this as the access road for many years. But really and truly, when you really dig down into it, you're realizing that Mr. Percival did actually cut across Mr. Peter's land some years ago, and he just continued to use it, and it's really not a part of your property. Well, that depends on the easement. Just make sure you do your due diligence, okay? Until next time, can't say I never tell you. Bye.